Welcome to Scrapped, everyone. This is season 2, and we are focusing this month on kits or collections within the current products. So I'm showing you here this catalog is where the products that we are all using came from. We're all focusing on the Beach Time collection. This is the Beach Time scrapbooking workshop. And here we have the Beach Boardwalk Suite collection, which includes stamps and dies, pattern paper, and puffy stickers. And this is more the scrapbooking stamp set, some two-tone cardstock, and the beautiful pattern papers again. So many beautiful things to create with. I will be using mostly the pattern papers from this collection, along with some of the dies. When I'm starting out, I usually like to start with a sketch. And so I look through these catalogs to see if there's something that I like. This time when I was starting out, I couldn't find a sketch that I really liked, so I dug into my old Creating Keepsakes magazines and found one by Becky Higgins where she had done a whole bunch of sketches. And that's what there's the magazine. This is where I got the sketch from. So it has kind of a horizontal fill, two strips on each side. And I mounted or bordered those top sun pattern papers with some yellow cardstock to kind of coordinate with my pictures. And so I just love that sun paper and that water paper in the bottom. And I love these pictures. So sorry about the being out of frame a little bit. I tried a new setup and I didn't do so hot. So here the sketch had the 4 papers, actually had 3 pictures on one side and I made 4. And then it had a tall photo on the right page and I made it 2 photos stacked together. Almost, I think actually all of these photos are about 3x4 photos. I love following a sketch, but I also love making it my own. I love how this water paper makes a great grounding spot for the layout. So when I am arranging embellishments, I like to do groups of 3. And most of these embellishments that I used were cut out, either fussy cut or die cut from the pattern paper in this collection. I love when Stampin' Up! Has these coordinating dies that will cut out, like that tags, those tickets. The die will cut those out. So those tickets are fun and they make me think about one of these pictures here, which I'm going to show you. A lot of years ago, we saw a Zoltar machine in San Francisco. And we would just chuckling about it because I think we just watched the movie Big. And so whenever we're at places like this, we look for Zoltar machines. And this wasn't even one, but I'm pretty sure we did get Zoltar tickets on this pier. And we love to look for them. I'm working on my title now, or actually where I'm going to place it. And the title was, I changed my mind to put it on the right-hand side. And I'm going to stamp it out using these inks. Crush Curry, Summer Splash, and Smoky Slate. And I'm going to put it up on the top on the right. The stamps I'm using come from 2 stamp sets, a celebration stamp set from last year, 2025, so it's no longer available. That's the Big Day and the Sunshine. And then also I'm going to use Celebrate Together, I think is the stamp set. And I'll use that Remember, and I use one of those little wordy bits there. So I'm end up stamping all of this in the crushed curry, and I love that color because it's more orangey, kind of goes with that ombre sun paper up at the top. And I love to stick my titles down with some dimension. Sometimes I'll layer up if I'm using die cut letters, like the and the to are die cut letters, and I did stack those up. And the others I will use dimensionals to pop them up. So I stamped the and the to with the same sun stamp that I had stamped the border up the top. And when I'm making my embellishment groups, I kind of like to do some dimension with those too. And I used that What a Day because, oh, what a day that was. It was crazy windy. Who knew that going in April would be so cold? And you can tell I love to use the dimensionals. Gotta love them. So when I'm doing this, helps to give different dimension. This little bit, I'm only going to put dimensionals on the bottom part so that the rest will kind of layer on top of that carousel, and then give it some, then won't have to have layered too deep of the dimensionals. As I'm creating these embellishment groups, I like to have a variety of colors that are coordinating with my layout. So that group just had the pink, the blue, and the yellow. And here we go again. I'm using a pink ticket behind this cotton candy stand because the top of the cotton candy stand is yellow, and it would blend in with that yellow paper up there. This collection has a great package of puffy stickers. Look at them. And I loved moving them around, testing them out to see what I liked. I ended up using a balloon, a tag, I keep saying tag, a ticket, some of those dots, and I think one of those little bursts or star shapes. So I hope that you will go and check out my fellow scrappy friends, fellow scrapped, that's the name of our group. See the videos that they have created using this collection of products from Stampin' Up. I love seeing how everyone does something a little bit differently with the same products. And if you're interested in any of the things that I have used, they should be linked in the description below, along with a link to my online shop. Just giving a little bit of a up close here. You can see that fun sun paper and the suns that I stamped up above, that little embellishment cluster, along with all of these tickets. And my journaling will go right there. Here's my title, A Day to Remember. And this last little embellishment cluster. Thank you so much for coming and watching my video. I hope that you have learned something and enjoyed this. And I will be sharing some pictures here at the end that will give you a better view of the top of these pages. I am so glad you came to see me. Happy scrapping!